Just this past week, Lagos state government demolished over 100 homes.
Structures built on the canal path in Itiosa local government area brought to ground zero.
These people are just so heartless.
I don't even know where to start from. I don't even know where to
Lagos
start
state government is taking decisive action.
The Lagos Ministry of Environment began pulling down
all
some
illegal structures on drainage paths.
We get 3 years to resolve.
The demolition process is ongoing.
We should allow them to park at least.
More buildings are likely to
Many
go
of
down.
these valuable properties will not be spared.
Demolition started from that point, and I won't wait here. I will take this whole thing down to Ekota River. Heaven will not fall.
Let's talk about it. It's so heartbreaking. Watching all the videos and everything that transpired last week left me speechless. It could have been anyone. Anyone. A lot of people have been rendered homeless. I mean, you go to bed the previous night, you wake up, and you don't go back to bed in your home. That's insane. And it's not like options were made for these people to actually move into a home temporarily. Everything changed in an instant. I'll just try to sit and think about the impact of that on so many lives, on so many people, families. And I can't just comprehend the pain a lot of people are going through right now. These are people's investments, life savings. To some, they've been able to save all they had to rent a place. I heard someone who just renewed the rent some days ago. What's going to happen to this person, to this individual?
What have we done on our part to save our environment? The environment is a master of man. You think you're cheating the environment, it's coming back to haunt you. Take your demolition both sides and take it to your lagoon. I can't compensate you for an illegality. It's sad that we have to pull down these structures. It's sad. But the truth is we can't allow them to stand.
Oh my God! Oh my goodness! Did not even allow them to take their stuff. No.
If your home was demolished, you are in my thoughts. I pray for you. Now let's really dive into the whole demolition that took place last week. I mean, demolition is not new to a lot of people. It's something that happens everywhere, not just in Nigeria, I mean, in different parts of the world. And basically, these scenarios take place because certain criteria were not met. Before you can start construction of any property, certain measures have to be met. Certain criteria have to be followed. And sometimes these criteria come at a cost. And some builders, just because they want to cut cost, they go through the back door. Well, sometimes, in some very few cases, we have some scrupulous individuals in all of these agencies who give false approvals to people. But apart from that, several clients out there who are seemingly aware of all of these things fail to do or conduct their due diligence. And even after seeking professionals like Eden Oasis, we advise, we try to guide, but of course, it's still left to you, the dear client, to make that decision. Sometimes you do your best possible to make these clients see reasons why this project is not viable. But of course, we can only do what we can do, which is advice. You know, the ball is still in the client's court. And these projects always come, fanciful, affordable, great. But you and I know that there could be something fishy about this project. Oh, you go ahead. I'll give you an instance. Recently, I had a client call me and he wanted to buy a property, right? And these are properties we do not get involved with, right? And we have so many of these kind of projects we don't try to dabble into, basically because we've conducted our due diligence and it does not fall in line with the kind of projects we put out there. We are very, very strategic. We are intentional with the kind of projects we put out there because, like I say all the time, we are helping you and thousands of other people out there make safe investment decisions. And these kind of decisions have come over a period of time of almost 7 years in the business. Of course, experience, we've learned over time, and we can see properties that may bring about a problem in the future. So we're able to advise, right? Now, this client called, spoke about a particular property that was not in our portfolio for obvious reasons known to us, basically. We tried to advise his clients, like, look, it's obvious. In this same area, this project is sold at this price. In this same area, you have another project sold at this price. Can't you see? After advising him for over an hour, he said to me, confidence, I think I still like this one because it's affordable and everybody is talking about it. It's affordable and I could buy multiple units of this and, instead of just buying one. Talk about numbers. And I'm like, oh my goodness. These are the same mistakes clients make. You ignore the signs. So let's say you don't have an idea of the whole due diligence thingy, right? But then we are there to advise you. We advise you, we talk to you, we do our best possible to ensure that you are making the right investment decision. But sometimes these clients, they want to go for cheap, for quantity instead of quality. And what happens now? These things have, their repercussion. It may not happen now. It may not happen in 2 years. It takes a while. But trust me, the damage has been done. And very soon, you will see the result. And one of which is what just happened a few days ago, the demolition. Look, whatever happened a week ago didn't just happen. Now, that's what I want a lot of people to understand. The government, I don't think they're that wicked to just wake up and demolish homes. Certain things were not met. Building a house by a canal, anyone who is buying a property could actually see that there is, by the canal. Now, even beyond the fact that it's a canal, what about your health? There has to be certain setback from the canal, right? All of these things should be factored. So even if you had done your due diligence or, getting the approvals from the right agency and it was, you saw everything was good to go, you should also sit down and ask yourself, does this seem right? The environmental hazard. This building or buying a house by the canal. What happens to me? Now, even if I don't have plants living in it, renting out, what about the other people who would be moving into my project? There are so many things to factor. You see a home very close to a road. You're not asking the right questions. What about the setback? You don't ask all the right questions. And a lot of times when you don't ask the right questions, it will come back to haunt you. And then you begin to ask the right questions at the wrong time. So, while I am so empathic about what has happened, I am truly sorry. It's really heartbreaking. A lot of people rendered homeless just like that. I think it's about time everyone buckled up. I know you want to own a property in Lagos. Lagos is the fastest developing state in West Africa. And of course, everyone wants to be here. It's a beautiful place. I mean, everything is possible in Lagos. When it comes to real estate, here in Nigeria, you want to own something in Lagos because Lagos is where you have all of the developments. You have most head offices. You have industries. You have companies here, right here in Lagos. Even people living in different parts of Nigeria, they still want to come down to Lagos to have some fun. Lagos, the nightlife, everything makes Lagos a place to be. I mean, forget the traffic. Sometimes people are like, oh, confidence, the traffic. These are the things that makes Lagos spicy. Yes, I get to hear my clients who come into the country, they're like, look, I've missed all of these things. I've missed the downfall buses, the yellow buses, and the Kekena Pep and all of that. All of these things makes Lagos, Lagos. But while you desire to own something in Lagos, make sure you shine your eyes, oh. Make sure you're dealing with the right brokerage. Make sure you are conducting your due diligence, because all that glitters is not gold. You may buy it today, and tomorrow you may be shedding tears. Don't be the victim of poor choices. Make sure you are making safe investment decisions. You are trusting the right people to guide you. If it means getting a lawyer, if it means ensuring you confirm the approval. Because the truth about this whole thing is, when clients call me and they're asking, they want to buy a property, all they are after is, does it have a C of O? Does it have a C of O? If it doesn't have a C of O, I'm not interested. Look, having a C of O does not guarantee your building. If the project does not have an approval, you cannot build. And you cannot get an approval on an untitled land. So if there is no C of O, if there's no government consent, if there is no allocation, you can't get an approval. So you must ensure that while you're buying a property that has a C of O, make sure all of these things have been gotten. Because there are a lot of properties out there, a lot of estates out there with a C of O, great title, no building approval, and trust me, lots of homes already built. Beautiful homes, beautiful houses already built. I know so many of those kind of projects. And those are dangers waiting to happen. That's like a bomb waiting to explode. Make sure you're also asking, have they gotten the approval? Does it have an approved layout? Because if there's no approved layout, no matter the allocation that is done at that particular time, you don't own the plot. You may be reallocated. So you just bought a land in a fantastic location, or you've always had a land in a beautiful location. And of course, your architect has designed something fantastic, your dream home. Look, these are the agencies you have to be aware of, or you should be aware of before you go ahead to lay a single block. Number one is LASPA, and that is Lagos State Physical Planning Permit Authority. Now, this body is responsible for giving building approvals, because my brother, my sister, you can't build without your building approval. Number two, LAPSCA, Lagos State Building Control Agency. Now, these guys carry out inspection of building works and give certificates for various stages. So if you are the foundation stage, of course, they have to come, check, and if everything goes according to plan, they give you a certificate and a clearance to move forward to the next stage. Number three, Lagos State Safety Commission. Now, what they do basically is to ensure the safety of lives on your site. So everyone working on your site must be safe. You have to adhere strictly to whatever criteria placed before you to ensure their safety. Number four, Lagos State Material Testing Laboratory. Now, what they do is to test your materials to ensure that you are not using substandard materials to prevent collapse. Because, of course, one of the major reasons for collapse is, one compromise here, another compromise there, and boom, there is a collapse. So they are there to ensure that you are adhering strictly to the type of materials being used and the quality of construction. Number five, Lagos State Waste Management Authority. What they do is to handle the evacuation of your construction waste. You should not be found wanting because they could seal your site. While we hope that this sad event does not happen to us or our loved ones around, and before you buy that dream home or land, make sure you conduct your due diligence. Make sure you also get a trusted broker, someone who's got your interest at heart. Make sure you listen. It's not just about getting a trusted broker. Sometimes you have a trusted broker advising you rightly, but then there's just a lot of noise out there. And of course, you're looking for cheap. So it's not everything that is cheap that is good. Make sure you are weighing the pros and cons. You are checking everything out, dotting the I's and crossing the T's before you make that investment decision. My name is Confidence. Now, see you next time.